Hi guys, we decided to do a workout for you guys at home because of this situation we're going through. We want you guys to try to stay active and stay fit and healthy while this is going on. So we created a little workout for you to do at home. We're starting off with a little warm-up. For those that have been doing JFit, you know that regular stretch warm-up. We'll go through that once we get there. And this is our day one of your isolation JFit workout. So we're going to start off with the Tabata, which is 8 rounds of 20-second on and 10-second off. So meaning you rest for 10 seconds. We're going to do 4 exercises. Your first ones will start off with push-ups, and we will do 8 sets of that with a 2-minute break after that, and then we'll follow the rest of the workout, which is sit-ups and squats and burpees. And everybody loves the burpees. So I guess we'll get right into it. We'll start off with our warm-up by doing our regular warm-up stretch. We'll reach down and grab our toes, trying to lock out the knees as much as possible and keeping those hamstrings stretched right out. After you hold that for a couple seconds, you're going to squat down with your elbows in between your knees. Your chest goes nice and high. And we're trying to keep our heels on the ground with our chest up very nice and pushing out the knees. Hold that for a couple seconds. Hands will go down. Push your bum up. Stretching those hamstrings again. Locking out the knees as much as possible. Walk your hands out into a plank position. We're keeping our elbows locked, bringing our shoulder blades together like we're pinching a pencil in between your shoulders, pushing back up, and we do that 3 times without bending our elbows. Then you push your hips into the ground, stretching to the left, stretching to the right, bringing your toes up and pushing it back into a downward dog position. Stretching your hamstrings and calf muscles and holding for a couple seconds. Then you're going to walk your hands up to your toes and you're going to stand up. After that, we repeat it one more time. Grabbing your toes a little faster, squatting down, hands down, hips up, walk out, 3 scapular push-ups. Hips down to the ground, look to the left, look to the right, back into a downward dog, and walk your hands up to your feet. And that will be your warm-up. Okay, now that you're warmed up, we're going to go right into the Tabata. For those that don't know, you can grab a Tabata on Spotify. If you go on, you can get it for free for a little bit. There is a few ads on there, but you should be okay to get through this. I'm going to start off with our push-up Tabata. We're going to go through 8 rounds, and I'm going to do it a few different ways so that we can modify some of the push-up positions, just in case you are struggling with certain movements that we need to modify. So right away, I'll go into the push-up position. And we'll start with our Tabata. And certain ones I will show you how we're going to modify.
Here we go with 5, 4,
starting off
3,
right away
2,
with your elbows
1,
to the side.
Go. Round 1.
Keep your elbows to your side and up on your toes. Next modification is from the
3,
knees.
2, 1, go! Round 2.
After you shake out your arms, you can go from knees again can.
3, 2, 1.
And drop down. Release your hands. Push up.
Round 3. 3, 2, 1. Stop.
Next modification, if need be.
3, 2, 1.
Go down. Touch behind your back. Push up.
Round 4. 3, 2, 1, go!
You can do the same thing.
Round 5.
On one leg. Or touch behind one leg. Shake them out every time.
3, 2, 1,
you can even reach out. Chest is gonna feel it.
5, 4, 3,
last one, you
2,
can reach out
1,
from your knees.
go.
Down, reach.
Round 8. 3, 2, 1.
And that's your push-ups. Hey guys, we're going into sit-ups now for 8 rounds, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. A few ways I'd like you to try to do them. Standard would be to butterfly your legs, butterfly position. When you lay back, you're going to touch behind your head and come up to touch in front. If you have to swing your arms a little bit to get that momentum to get up, that's fine. The other thing we could do is also straighten your legs and come up to try to touch your toes to give you a little stretch in the hamstrings as you're doing them. The other thing you can do, if that's difficult to do, you can also lay down, put your hands to the side of your body. As you come up, you're just going to try to touch the back of your heels and then flex your abs for about a second. Come back down, come back up, back down, and back up. You can do that from the hips as well if need be, coming down just to go to the top of the knee and then back down. Okay, when we do the workout, we'll do I'll do all 3 positionings, and we'll modify the ones just to show you the different ways of doing it as we do the workout. Okay, so back to Spotify. And here we go.
Welcome to Tabata. Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! On a Saturday night in the summer, sundown and they all come out. Lamborghinis and the running helmets. The party's done, so they're heading downtown. Round 1. Everybody's looking for a come up, and they wanna know what you're on. 5, me in the 4, with the one loving. 3, 2, we just wanna figure everything out.
Next standard we'll do is from the hips.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
after your 2 minutes, after your sit-ups, you're now into the squats. And a couple modifications. So I'm going to give you a little extra standard. This will be standard plus. So if you're wanting a little extra, you would do a squat and then a jump. And as you come down, back down, you're going to land softly. As you come back, land soft to come back down in that squat and then jump again. Okay, so that's the first one. That's standard plus. Obviously, the next one would be the standard, which would be just a regular air squat. So you're sending your hips back and down. Try not to bring your knees over your toes and standing back up. Okay, I like to bring my hands out so that I keep my chest nice and high and not leaning over. Staying up nice and high and coming back up. And the last standard, if you're still having a little trouble with that, getting your hips back, you can come out from a box or a chair or anything like that. Just a little bit. Sit on the box and come back up. Sit on the box and come back up. Preferably, you'd like to try to get your knees at a 90-degree angle. So if the box is too high, like this one is a little bit too high, it'd be nice to get a little lower to get at a 90-degree. But if that's good for you, that's a good standard to have. Okay, so now we're into the workout. Squat time. Here we go.
Welcome to Tabata.
So we'll start off with the standard plus.
Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Round 1.
Okay, last workout is the burpees. So after your 2-minute break, after the squats, we're going into the burpees. Standard burpee will be down to the floor, jump it out, touch your chest, come up into a cobra stance, and then jump your feet up and come up to the sky. Standard can be to walk them out, and then down to the floor, same thing, come up to the cobra, step up, and jump up. And those are the 2 standards. And we're ready to go.
Welcome to tomorrow.
Starting off with the standard.
Are you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! This hit that ice cold Michelle fight for that white gold round. This one for them hood girls, them good girls, straight angry, silent, wildin', living it up in the city. Got Chuck's on with Sailor Rock, gotta kiss myself, so pretty. It's too high, too high. 3, 2, 1, stop. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. 'Cause our time I'm gonna get it to you.
Ready to walk out.
3, 2, 1, go! Round 2. Don't believe it, just watch it. Don't believe it, just watch it. Don't believe it, just watch it. 3, 2, 1. Stop. Wait a minute. Stop. Wait a minute. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Stop. Wait a minute. Fill my cup, put some liquor in it. Take a sip, sign a check. Pull it out, get straight. Like I'm Harlem, Hollywood, Jackson, Mississippi. If we show up, don't show out. Fool in the first class, we not too high, too high. 3, 2, 1, too high, hot day. Too high, hot day. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Don't believe it, just watch it. Don't believe it, just watch it. Don't believe it, just watch it. 3, 2, 1, halfway. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Hot day. Police in the fireman, too hot. Hot day. Round 5, to the water with diamond, too hot. Hot day. See my name, you know who I am, too hot. Hot day. Care about that money. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. 'Cause I can't go get it to you. 'Cause I don't have to be there. 'Cause I believe it, just watch, go! Round 6. Don't believe it, just watch it. Don't believe it, just watch it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Jump on it, you sexy, you flow round that way. Jump on it, don't fire it up, you show me you want to dance. Jump on it, you sexy, you flow jump on it, don't fire it up, you show me you want to dance. Don't believe it, just watch it. Uptown, don't believe it, just don't believe it, just 3, 2, 1, go! Don't believe it, just watch it.
and you got a good sweat on, we gotta get a cool down going. So get you lay on your back, pull both knees in to your belly. Just hold that position for a couple seconds. Once you feel ready and you got your wind back, your heart rate's back down, you're gonna let one leg drop and grab behind your knee, flexing your toe towards your head, and then you're starting to straighten that leg out as far as you can get it, so you get a nice stretch in your hamstring. Holding that for about 30 seconds. You'll get a little shake going on. Once you hold that for 30 seconds, you're gonna drop, pull your other knee back in, hold it both back in again, drop the other leg, flex the other toe, and hold that for about 30 seconds. Once you're done that, then you're going to bring both legs out, bring your hands to the side, bring one leg over the other, trying to keep your shoulders to the ground, holding that position for about another 30 seconds. After the 30 seconds hold on that side, go over to the other side, focusing on your breathing the whole time, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Hold that for 30 seconds. Then you're gonna pull both legs in and you're gonna let your legs just drop to the side, feeling the stretching through your hip and your upper back. And then you hold that for 30 and back over the other side for 30. Hold that for 30 seconds. And relax in that position. Then you're gonna sit up and pull one leg into your groin, flexing your toe towards you. Reach down, grab your toe, hold that for 30, and then switch to the other leg and hold for 30 as well. After that, you pull both legs in into a butterfly position, holding your toes, pushing down on your inner thighs, stretching your groin area. If you're really flexible in that position, you can start bringing your body forward, but just don't roll your back and shoulders. Bring your chest down, holding that position for about 30 seconds. After you're done that, you're gonna pull one leg back into a hurdle position, holding that position for 30 seconds. Just lay back a little bit. It doesn't have to be back that far. If you feel any pressure on your knee, just come back up. And then you're gonna switch to the other side. Do the same thing, hold for 30 seconds. And that will stretch out nicely in through your quad. Then for the last stretch, you're gonna stretch your calf muscles. You're gonna push back on that back foot, holding that foot back into a calf stretch, pushing your heel to the ground. Also stretching through your shoulders, like a downward dog position. Okay, holding that position for 30 seconds. Switch to the other side. Same thing, 30-second hold. And then, last but not least, I know I said last time, but I want you to get into a shoulder stretch, into a child's pose, pushing out as far as you can, locking out your elbows, and push your head through your shoulders, and your bum goes back to your heels. Holding that position for about 30 seconds, and once you're done that, you're gonna shake them out, and you finished your class for the night. Happy fitness, lots of water in you, eat healthy still, guys. I know we're in a bad stage, but keep going. We can get through this. Thanks.